Hello and welcome back to Spekd. Today we have Warhammer Conquest issue number 38. It's still $7.99 and look, there's a battle mat in there. Okay, right, not going to get too excited. We have a character, which means we're saving about, what, if the model's normally £22, we're saving roughly about £15 already. And we got a battle mat. Okay, let me get it opened up and we'll get back. Yes, the magazine smells so fresh. I smell the printed mat, it smells great. Nice bit of model work there, nice design. It's looking good as always, a lot better than last time. Okay, so let's have a look. So here we have the sprue. We'll check this over. Get a lovely focus going. Come on, lovely focus, let's do this today. There we go. So having a look at that. That pack is looking intense. A power pack right there, look at that. So I'm getting carried away. The old Mathesium there. Chain blade. Okay, I'm gonna have so much fun with this. I can really see the amount of detail there. I mean, look at that. The decay for the plague weapon there, that's gonna be great. Alright, okay. Yeah, again, no problems with the sprue there. It looks fine. I mean, if it was pitted, I don't think I could even tell with all this detail that's going on here. 2017 sprue, base, it's looking good. Let's put that aside. And let's have a quick look at the map. I think the best I can do is take a picture of this so you can see it on both sides. And I think that's probably for the best. So let's have a look at the magazine instead. As you can see, this mat looks beautiful, and I might just pick up another one just so I can place them side by side. It's got two sides there, and this is just going to expand the story and narrative. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the Plague Surgeon. I'm going to see what they're about. I'm going to get to see their war gear. Okay, I'm tapped in. Right. So we've got the Plague Surgeon and war gear, information about the Emperor. Look, I don't know if that's actually correct or not, but look, it says add to 40k factions #1. So we've got Plague Surgeon, more Plague Surgeon, so that's a build and the paint, and then we've got our missions, search and destroy, and the data sheet, and crash the Quilla lander. That's a piece of actual terrain. So they're not going to supply that. They're probably going to have another kind of paper cutout like they did before. Okay, so Plague Surgeons. That's better artwork. This I'm happy with. All the other previous stuff where we had that weird kind of, what was it, the sorcerers. That's a no-no. This is a yes. Okay. So we have the Plague Surgeons. We have their designation, what they do. Battlefield pathology, gene seed retrieval. So this is the same, well, not the same, but it's the kind of Death Guard equivalent of the apothecary. So it's kind of good that they've produced these characters at the same time to rebalance the points. I mean, it's only out now by the chaplain, so that's pretty good. So we have the infectious form there. Reminds me of Lanjitsu style artwork actually. So it's not that it's poor, it's just actually quite interesting. So it's just basically saying their bodies are full of parasites and they just incubate them, and wherever they go in, people are just going to get it. You know, like friends you have that's always sick, and no matter what you do, normally it's the kids from the nursery. You know how it stays. Parents or, you know, guardians of little ones. Okay, so Plague Surgeon there. We've got this armour there, demonic armour. It's quite nice that they've mentioned that. And that's a good little kind of tell sign or a little thing that you can do in your models. Is if you actually paint on those little symbols and faces and whatnot, you will remember it's demonic armor. So normally got like an invulnerability. It's worth looking at. They've got the backpack, syringe, and battle sword. So let's have a look. So the Narthesium reductor, they've got the same as they have, but it's used to boost the diseases. So you know that he's extracting probably kind of like content from himself and infusing like plague marines and everything. Just make him more potent. So he's going to have some buffing abilities. We've got backpack there, obviously power for his power armor, demonic armor, nice piece of work there. to try and make it stand out as much as you can. The bell sword, that's actually an interesting way of painting it, and I haven't actually done that. I've done it slightly different, so I might come back and redo that. It looks more like a living entity. And we have the foul syringes with content, and they've actually coloured them up quite differently there, and that's a good thing too. Might have to reconsider. There's the man, the myth, the legend, the Emperor. So veterans know about the Emperor. I'm just going to adjust the light there so we can get some more look on that there. Get more eyes on there. We know about the Emperor. For those of you just starting out, this is the reason for pretty much a whole of 40k. The whole reason for the war, a whole heap of Horus Heresy, everything all revolves around the epitome of humankind trying to unify, enhance, and for the betterment of all. Unfortunately, it's currently sitting on the throne in life-death state due to the events of Horus Heresy, which you would have read about if you're getting a Conquest magazine now. The currently Black Library is producing a wonderful storyline on this, and they kind of get into main battles, and it includes quite a lot of this. So there's a lot of lore videos out there based on that anyway. So put it on as you paint. I enjoy a lot of lore videos as I paint. It's really nice. So we've got the Emperor there. Yeah, what can I say? When it comes to mythology, this will be the head of the pantheon. If you're looking at pantheons, if you consider the kind of Primarchs as demigods, this would be like the actual god, or the head god if they were aspects of gods, you know. But anyway, enough said. I will read this up later. Everything that you want any character to do, this guy does. Apart from now he's on the throne, doing not much. That that looks so rock, like classic 80s rock. That image, it's unreal. All right, so Plague Surgeon. We have the information there for the sprue, the build. There are little nubbins in between the delicate plastic parts there to stop them from folding in and getting cracked and broken. This can easily happen. Be careful with your glue on this one, because you may end up gluing certain bits in the wrong place, especially as it's hollow near here, because you might be expecting another leg, but the way they've designed the model, it is hollow, but it works really nicely. If you want to get the most detail on the face there, I suggest you paint up the face beforehand before placing it in there, but it's up to you, and it can still be done even if it is in there. So Plague Surgeon paint there, so colours we're using. Now I have seen one or two people kind of mention that you should paint your plastic, but they make it quite clear here that you're going to use a base for your colour. So this one always says like use the Death Guard green as a base. I mean, it even says it there, and move on from there. Now you could use a different colour to start with and paint up from that. I mean, I normally start from black and then paint up, or maybe even brown, but it depends. If I'm using the kind of grey colour for the apothecary, I use a slightly different colour. You could even start from a blue, because it's cool. Not cool as in like, yeah, with shades, but more like cool, like it's temperature. Yeah, not like with spinners on it. Okay, Bugman's Glow there. They're using lead belcher, getting the finer details there. I mean, with the Plague Surgeon, when I painted it, I actually followed this. Apart from the red, the fist on red, as you see there, it just didn't look right. So instead I went for the purple. I will do a close-up of this afterwards, but I went for the purple, and it brings out more of a kind of villain-based colours, Doctor Doom colours, you know, classic evil, so to speak, but with royalty. So we're looking at our washes here, and the Athonian camo shade worked really well. I'm actually quite surprised by how well that worked. So definitely get that on your greens, and it works well. Now when it comes to using washes, I tend to use hairspray. If you get hairspray and you just spray it on a little, I will do a video about it in the future, and let it dry. Then once you put the washes on, the wash just falls into the recess, but it also seals them if you spray it again afterwards. Now it might be a little bit shiny for a while, but I am aware that there's slightly different types of mattes or silks and gloss. I think that's right. Okay. Search and rescue, the mission. So things have escalated. We've got a crash by the looks of it. Yep, the transport's been dropped. They're going back to go and save them. There's a crash site. Yep, well, they're down. So you've got the deployment, and this one you actually have objectives. Just by the looks of it. Yep, you've got objectives, and they have to be within a certain position away from each other. It's like really getting in there today. I don't know what's happened. Did I move something around? There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so we can see the battlefield. We've got a crash site, we've got objectives, and we have deployment zones, which is intersecting either side. We've got 2 units of 3 Plague Marines, 12 Pox Walkers, Plague Surgeon, Foul Blight Spawn. Okay. We have 5 Intercessors, 5 Reasers, 3 Hell Blasters, and 3 Aggressors, and a Primaris Apothecary. Okay, just come on, just put the Apothecary with the Aggressors, and just march them across. Just it's game over. Let's have a look. Yep, you score a victory point for each item you hold, but it actually says you get a point depending upon what you roll on D3. So you might get 1, 2, or 3 victory points. Once you've got it, it's yours, and you can up to the total at the end of the game. One with the most wins. So we have the Plague Surgeon stats here. It has Death to the False Emperor. It has Gene Seed Theft. Add 1 to all hit and wound rolls made for this model in the fight phase when targeting Adeptus Astartes Infantry or Adeptus Astartes Biker unit. That's really handy because there's not many models which have like +1 to hit and to wound. So that's really good. You got Tainted Narthesium. You may re-roll any disgustingly resilient rolls of 1 made for friendly Death Guard units within 3 inches of the model. So if you have any ability which can extend that, so re-rolling 1s for disgustingly resilient, that's not too bad. That really isn't too bad. So on a 5 or 6, what you're looking at about 33% there. Someone will math that out. You're actually going to be okay if you make that first fail. So you get 2 chances there. Okay, so that's the back there, and that's the crashed ship, which goes onto the map. You can see there for position, and that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. I like that. It's just like a little add-on to the map without having to do a whole new one. Okay, well that's that magazine. It seems alright. But next issue, we have Primaris Captain Sakaris, I think it is. Yeah, Captain Sakaris of the Ultramarines. Yeah, he's getting repainted differently. Yeah, for Blood Angels or for my Sons of the Phoenix. And right here we have 3 paints, and that's really good actually. Liberator Gold, Stormhost Silver, and Wild Rider Red. Okay. These 2 here help to enhance the colours of your metallics, and if you use a little bit, it really changes like the base colours. So you got to start getting used to those. I mean, if you can see the edges there, see if I can bring this in a little bit more. And let's go. There we go. So the edges there actually hit with silver, and there's a Stormhost Silver on the gold pauldrons there that really bring it through. So it's like taking the light refraction and reflection and just enhancing it beyond its normal levels. And when it's in miniature like this, it looks right. I mean, when it's bigger, it doesn't look too clever. But when it's small, those colours pop. And when you put it down, you can see it from a distance anyway. Alright, so yeah, that's that I think. And you've got new Warlord traits. So I think that will give you all of your Warlord traits for both the Death Guard and for the Ultramarines, which means that you're pretty much getting 2 codexes in here. You've got the price ranges there. We haven't hit the US yet. I have no idea why it's not in the US. I think by issue 40 you've got to see something. I can't believe they're going to wait that long to release this elsewhere. But anyway, tell me what you think of the issue. I thought it was really good in comparison to a few previous ones. Yes, it is one model, but I think that model is going to have quite a big effect on the battlefield, and they supplied a narrative mission for it. And I look forward to playing that. So this has been Spekd. I've enjoyed my time. I hope you've enjoyed yours. Other than that, PC out. I started painting this model the same way that the magazine suggested, but that just wasn't enough. So in the end, I just increased the contrast and added a few effects, and this is what I've got.